But before I show you, we got to have a little nose at the koi, seeing as they're all coming up to the window. Believe it or not, I got a bucket full of trees or weeds or whatever that is. Pond temperature is at 8 degrees. I'm going to try and get these roots out of this spiral filter mat because they're wedged right in there. And it is all dependent if I can get one in. So currently at the moment I've got an 800. The weld quality on them, I mean, if you have a look down through there at the plastic welding, is very, very high quality. I've got to confirm it with the wife. I did tell him I've got to confirm it with the wife to see if I can get one or not. But they all look like they want something. They even want a kiss. So even the bird wants to see us as well. But that being said, I'm up the top of the pond now. I'm actually stood on top. It's a well good view when you're stood on the top of the pond like this. Yeah, that's solid. I'm gonna have to use two hands, guys, to get all these roots out. And I have got my own brand of merchandise, and the wife's asked me to do a job, and I don't really want to do it today. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. James the Koi Whisperer. So I've decided to come outside in the garden today, do a bit of filming for you guys, and to be honest with you, I've got to do a little bit of tidying up on this Bakki shower back here because, well, let me spin the camera around and show you. Before I show you, we got to have a little nose at the koi, seeing as they're all coming up to the window. Surprising as well, seeing as how cold the pond is at only 8 degrees, how active all the fish still are. Still not feeding anything at the moment, but they are still all super active. Certainly surprising. Sometimes you find all your fish go down to the bottom of the pond when it's super cold, but these guys certainly ain't taking no problems with this cold water at the moment. And it looks like these guys want to come and say hello quickly. So, without further ado, you got to say hello to these bad boys. They're all doing very well, to be honest. Still got a bit of an issue with one of the fish that I've got down there. The one that come from the other pond. Not really sure what's going on because I have done a scrape. I did have parasites over a month ago, but I've done a scrape. There's nothing on them. So I don't know what's going on really, but that fish certainly ain't happy compared to the rest of them. But talking about the shower, what I was on about, not like a major problem, but you can see the leaves have all fallen off of this. I don't even know what type of plant or tree or bush, whatever it is, that's decided to grow right in the top of this Bakki shower. Well, I decided today that I'm going to strip it all out, get rid of it, tidy it up, because I've noticed that these leaves have been going down into the bottom drain, which end up in the filtration, and I don't want nothing getting blocked up. Not that it's a major problem, and it's only a few leaves, but seeing as they're all dying off, or to be fair, died off, I'm going to rip it out and have a look. But it is quite surprising. I mean, that's a fair old root on the top of that tree. I'll pull it all out so we can have a better look of it, and yeah, I'll get that done. So even the bird wants to see us as well. But that being said, I'm up the top of the pond now. I'm actually stood on top. It's a well good view when you're stood on the top of the pond like this, looking down at your fish. But we're not here for that. We're here to sort out some of these roots that's grown in my Bakki shower. It's also surprising how much natural living plants have grown. I've obviously got these fake plants in there for decoration, but I don't have a clue what this thing is, what's decided to grow. So I'll probably leave that in there because that's still green and vibrant and full of life. I think if I did leave this in here, it would spruce up and come back for next year, which would look quite cool. And it does help with the water quality, but I don't want it getting too much roots into there and then blocking up the system. And I want to see what it's looking like inside. You can see there's loads of like new buds forming ready for next year, I suppose. But one of them decisions I've made where I'm going to get rid of it because I want to see what's inside the box for maintenance, and I don't even know how I got in here. Let's just have a look, see if I can lift the lid while it's on film to see what it's actually looking like, if I can get the lid off. It's stuck. It's not actually that bad, to be honest. I thought it would be a bit worse than that. I thought it'd be down into the system itself. Just goes to show, doesn't it, that a plant doesn't need any mud or earth, and it's just decided to grow, and the roots into the system like that, going down into the spiral filter mat there from Mountain Tree. That is super surprising how that's actually gone down like that, but the roots have taken over. You can see how much roots, sorry about the blurring, Yeah, that's solid. I'm gonna have to use 2 hands, guys, to get all these roots out. It's probably doing the pond pretty good, but I don't want it blocking up my filtration system. I'm gonna try and get that out. I'll put the camera down and I'll get back to you. Right, so I had to shut down the system, but I've had to pull out some bits to get all the roots out. The media's looking super well mature, but I'm not talking about that today. It was just about getting the roots out, and I had to rip it all out and put it down there. Let me show you what it's done. So I tried pulling that one out, and all of that come out in one big lump. That's absolutely crazy how much the roots take over, and they get all wrapped up in your media. One thing for sure though, the media is pristine condition, full of beneficial bacteria, but no crap and muck built up on it apart from the roots. But look how it's wrapped around the media itself. Absolutely crazy. Like I said, it's probably done the water quality good, because it's been eating up some of the nitrites should I say. But that being said, I'm going to try and get these roots out of this spiral filter mat, because they're wedged right in there. Crazy, isn't it, how much they take over. But if I left it, my worry was that it would block up if it got too much next year. Let me clean all this up, and I'll be back with you when I put it all back together. Yeah, so I've got all the roots out. Well, I say I've got all the roots out. I just had to trim this one down here because the roots are so far inside of it. Basically, I've got to take down all of the systems. But I don't really want to do that today. It's freezing out here, so I've just trimmed it down, ripped as many of the roots out as I possibly can. I know that bottom tier is going to be full up. A lot of people know that follow the channel, I have got to hire that Bakki shower up. So what I'm thinking, I was actually going to get the tape measure, because I'm thinking about adding a bigger shower to this pond if I can fit it. So these Bakki showers from JTKW, they come in 3 different sizes: 600mm, 800mm, and 1 metre in length. And the idea of me, well, a little thought that I've got in my head at the moment is that what happens when I feed these fish, I've got a little gap down in the corner. When this feeder goes off, the food sort of backwashes underneath this back corner, gets underneath the ledge, and I find that some of the fish come up aggressively, especially when I'm feeding heavy in the summer, and they bang themselves against it, and they have marked and knocked themselves. I've got a tancho in there that's got a mark on its head where it's banged itself, and it's actually removed the benny from its head. Ideally, yes, hiring it up so the fish don't bang themselves, but I've got a bit of an idea. If I do upgrade and get the meter one, that it goes all the way across, then I can hire it as well. And I'm thinking that no food be able to get underneath it, because the food will be pushing forward by the water flow, if that makes sense. It's only an idea, but I'm going to get the tape measure out and have a look. And it is all dependent if I can get one in. So currently at the moment I've got an 800. Tape measure is a bit beaten up, but a meter will fit pretty much bang on. I will have a little gap either side, a small tiny gap, but what I'm thinking is that if I speak to JTKW and ask him if he can make me a meter one and see how much that costs, they're not overly expensive anyway. Well, I'm going to give him a ring a minute and then let you guys know the situation, what's going on. So, just got off the phone to JTKW. Absolute fantastic bloke to deal with, pleasure to deal with, certainly got me interested. I've got to confirm it with the wife. I did tell him I've got to confirm it with the wife to see if I can get one or not. But speaking to him on the phone, just come up with some sort of idea. Is because I'll be buying one, he did offer a little discount if anyone else wants one as well. 5% discount using the code James the Koi Whisperer on his Facebook page. I'll leave all the links down in the bottom of the comment section and description of the video as well. But these Bakki showers are super impressive. I've actually had him round before, and he come round when he actually delivered my Bakki shower originally, and we've done a little bit of a promotion for him, because I do like to help out the smaller companies, smaller businesses as well, pretty much like myself. I'm only a small little business doing this YouTube channel, but you know, you help each other out, don't you? So he has offered a 5% discount code, seeing as it's Black Friday, if you use my code, if anyone was interested in a Bakki shower. I just flip the camera around, and it's not a paid promotion or anything. I'm just literally doing it off my back to help you guys out if you are interested in one for a Christmas present maybe. And it's not to say that you can't make one of these yourself, but the build quality on these Bakki showers, super high quality. I'm super happy with mine. And yeah, I just like the fact of how the tiers fit inside of each other, but you've still got this little gap, so it allows the airflow running down through. This has been on the pond well over 12 months now, and it's still in mint condition, even though you can see all the leaves that I've put there. But I certainly do highly recommend the JTKW Bakki showers. For value for money, they're not over expensive, they look smart, the weld quality on them, I mean, if you have a look down through there at the plastic welding, is very, very high quality, and I highly recommend them. When he popped round, there is also different designs that he do. So when I said that there's 3 different sizes, where you can see I've got the water flow coming in at one side, you can have that left or right, so you can spin the bar around. You actually get the spray bar with it as well. You get the bottom tray with it as well. You can have different options on the tray, depending if you've got a sleeper pond or a block pond, depending on the level of the dip that you want on the bottom of it. But you can also have a custom made one. So a lot of people don't like to see the pipe work. So as you can see my pipe work running into the side of that shower, what he does do is that he puts a hole in the back of it with a T-bar. Let me show you a little picture on the screen now. So basically, as you can see it, it sort of allows the water flow to come through exactly the same in the way it falls, but it allows the spray bar, or the actual bar that feeds the water, or the water supply that feeds the shower, it comes in at the back, so you don't get to see the pipe work, which is an amazing little idea, to be honest. So yeah, believe it or not, I got a bucket full of trees or weeds, or whatever that is. But if you are interested of a JTKW Bakki shower, he's on Facebook. I'll leave the link down in the comment section. If you speak to him privately, that just mention that you saw this video, that offer of 5% will only run until the 1st of December. So after that, you have to speak to him nicely and say that you follow my channel. Is there any discount that you can get? And I know there's a lot of people that follow my channel that ain't in the UK, but with JTKW, he actually delivers all over the world. So if you are interested of one of his showers, get him on Facebook, have a little private conversation with him on the messenger. And yeah, that's only if you're interested. Get yourself a deal and improve your pond water quality. That being said, I've got to do a few jobs in here a minute. So, well, come and join me in the filter house. So yeah, join me in the filter house. Something that I've got to do on a regular basis. Keep my KH topped up. And it looks like I'm going to have to buy some more of that, because I'm pretty much empty. But just before I add that, I just wanted to mention as well real quickly, seeing as it is Black Friday, and I have got my own brand of merchandise. I've actually got a company, Conquest Koi, that does all the stitching for me. Absolute amazing quality, decent hand towels, t-shirts, hoodies. Well, she sent me a message the other night saying because it's Black Friday that she's put a deal together as a job lot, little picture up there, full bundle of me stuff. And if you use this code, which is right there, you'll also receive 10% off of your entire order. So if you're thinking about getting a Christmas present for somebody, or if you're following yourself and you think that you want a little Christmas tree present for yourself, it helps support the channel, and yeah, helps another little small business out as well, because she does all of this herself, stitches it herself, absolute amazing quality. And yeah, the hoodies, they are a little bit expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but the quality, she gave me 2 options when I was picking me merchandise of like the quality of the hoodie. Well, there was a cheap quality hoodie, which I've used them before in the past. You put them through the wash and they shrink, and they're not as good quality. So I went with the better quality hoodie, which cost more money, but still got that flu. I don't know if anyone else has had the flu recently, but it's taken me a while to get over this. But yeah, going back to the quality of the hoodie, I like quality, and this hoodie certainly quality. You can go through the wash easy. So have a look if you're interested, and that code works on anything on their webpage. So they also got their own merchandise on there with their Koi logos, and she also does some artwork as well. So check out the page. Yeah, that discount code works for anything on their website. That being said, that's enough yibbity yabbada. I forgot what I was doing in here, because I think I need to get a cup of tea. I can feel it in my throat. Feels like I've got a frog in there. KH, that's what I was doing. I got to nip down the shop quickly because I'm out of me KH NT Labs, and I'll just nip to Aldi and get some bicarbonate soda because it does the same job, brings up the KH. I'll be back with you in a minute when I get back from the shop. And I just noticed before I go to the shop, I got a bush in my pond. Well, it must have blown out from the storm we had the other night, and it's down there. So I'm going to have to fish that out as well. This one's still my favourite koi though. Absolute banger of a fish, that one. Arioki Chagoi, Deutz. Stunner. Absolutely love that one. Gaining some body and some size. But the only downside this time of year, because I've chosen to not heat the pond and give him a bit of a winter, he's looking for some food. I might give him a little bit today. Pond temperature is at 8 degrees, but they all look like they want something. You even want a kiss. But yeah, I got to go to the shop anyway. And I ain't going to film down the shop, but I'm going to wear my new merch down the shop, because I loves it. It's quite funny actually, got back from the shop, someone recognised me down there. They was like, it's James the Koi Whisperer, can I take a picture? But yeah, I always like that when you get recognised. That being said, I just wanted to ask as well, if there's anything any of you guys have got on your Christmas list, what presents that you've put on there, koi related. Is there anything that you're looking to do next year, upgrading your pond? Write it down in the comment section, and I'll, yeah, I always like to, bit of a koi pond conversation chat, what you're looking to do and that. So, yeah, it's always interesting. Certainly get to that time of year, innit, where you can come out in the garden, spend a little bit of time with your fish, and check up on them, see if they're doing all right, make sure everything's working right. But it's a great time of year to start planning if you're thinking about upgrading anything next year, or, you know, stuff that you're planning to do that you can save a bit of money over the winter months, put it into action in the spring maybe. But it's definitely that time of year where when you're out in the garden, you can spend a little bit of time, but certainly it's not the same as what it is in the summer, is it? And a lot of people, to be honest, ponds covered, they're wrapped up, and then they don't really do much until the beginning of the spring. But certainly coming to the end of the video, guys, and the wife's asked me to do a job, and I don't really want to do it today. It's a bit crap weather, it's cold, it's wet and miserable, and it's only going to get worse. But we've got one of these glass conservatory windows, or whatever you call it, which is all glass all the way up. But you can see up there, it gets that green moss or algae or anything like that built up on it, and she wants me to get the pressure washer out, get on top of the roof and clean it today. Well, I don't think that's going to happen today, but I've got to come up with some idea to tell her why I'm not going to do it. Write it down in the comment section what I should say, or I'll probably be in the doghouse when she gets home from work that I haven't done it. I've got editing to do. That's my excuse. I'm going to edit this video. There we go. Yibbity yabbada, Koi Whisperer over and out. Labosh!